it just pops up and starts to take over with the audio, so I just have to quickly mute it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, snap, we're on live.
Live. It just pops up and starts to take over. See, that's what it does, right? So now I'll leave that there, that's okay. Back to the Zoom. Now we'll start the main recording. I'll just keep everyone else muted apart from the artist that we're featuring at the time. And let's go 1, 2. Hi, and welcome to the 1010 podcast, the Diverse Show, episode 49. We've got anywhere between 10 or 15 artists going to be on today's show, featuring one track each. And of course, the important part, why they wrote the song, what's the story behind it. So coming up first, we've got Lindsay Farrell from England. She's only got a clip of a song. I'll let you explain why it's only a clip and what's to come. But she's a massive talent with a great future. Who is Lindsay Farrell? Let us know who you are and what's the story behind your song, Intoxicated by You.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. Great introduction. It's quite a question. Who am I? I feel like I could write a book. My name is Lindsay Farrell. I'm based in Yorkshire, which is in England. My music style is... I like to say that I go with how I feel. So some days if it's rock, we get a rocky kind of sound, get a bit of country, get a bit of pop, singer-songwriter, folk kind of sound. I also have a very, very strong musical theatre influence. So I've been on stage since I was about 2 to 3 years old. So I've got a lot of musical theatre-based performance and singing. I also do a lot of co-writing as well as vocal guest work that I do. So my most recent song that I released is called Intoxicated by You. It was mainly inspired by when I get... So when you start to fall in love with somebody, or even before you fall in love, that obsession, when that person just takes over your body entirely, from your thoughts to everything that you do, to I'm watching a TV program, does that person also like this TV program? But it takes over your life a bit much like a drug, like you're really feeling that your whole body is now made up of this other person, this other way of feeling. So I co-wrote this with Hugh at Zephyr Hill Music. We came up with the idea that we wanted to do a track as well, because we just finished on doing some rocky stuff, get back to the core of singing with a piano bass. So I recorded some piano with some chords, a minor kind of feel, very ballad, but also keeping it simple and simplistic. So some of my inspirations like Evanescence, when she does her piano ballads and those kinds of sounds. So Sparky was absolutely right. I only have a snippet of these songs on YouTube. So this came about because when I first decided to dip my toe in the pool of releasing my own music, I was given an opportunity by a record label. They said, if you do 3 songs with us, record them, get 500 sales, we will give you a full recording contract. Now, somebody who's completely unknown, getting 500 sales is very pie in the sky. But one of the conditions that they had was that it had to be sales, couldn't put a full track onto YouTube. And it's kind of stuck with me as that, for the reasons as to why, to kind of divert people furthermore into my Amazon, into my SoundCloud, into my Spotify, so they get to the core of where that is. Plus, I am but one person, and I find sometimes trying to put things together like videos to be quite complicated. I have done snippets before, so you may see on my YouTube channel, I've got songs like Moonshine, and I also have So Unbreakable, and they do have little snippets of videos on there as well. And I
honestly,
hope,
you're an absolute treasure, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. Even though it's only a minute long, just sit back and welcome, Sandra. Thanks for making it. Just check out this amazing snippet of a track called Intoxicated by You by Lindsay Farrell. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
What is this feeling? Euphoric high. I'm drunk on you, hooked on the smell of you, controlled by you, destroyed by the thought of you, my all, my hero. like ground zero. I'm intoxicated by you.
Hey, I see something else pop up there. I don't care what it is. We're going to hear another little snippet. It's only 48 seconds long, and then I just want to hear another.
This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Oh, and now looking in your eyes, I feel in my heart the start of something new. Oh, yeah. Now who'd have ever thought that we'd both be here tonight? Ooh, yeah. And the world looks so much brighter, brighter. Oh, with you by my side.
Hey, yeah, I want to just hear more of you, honestly. Lindsay Farrell, you're absolutely brilliant. Sorry for adding that extra bit on there. I just seen another video pop up. So, Lindsay, what's the best way for everyone? Actually, Raina's want to say something. If anyone really wants to talk to each other, just raise your hand like Raina's done. Raina, what's your thoughts here? Have you got something to say to Lindsay? And Sandra, you're the next guest. Could you kindly tell us where your location is? Raina, did you put your hand up there?
Hi.
No, I did the applause on
All
the
right.
Zoom.
No worries, dear, no worries. Sandra, you're the next guest, so this is what I've started to do. What was your thoughts on Lindsay, especially the first track, the one she was wanting promoted today? What did you think of Lindsay?
No, I really liked it. It's a very I'm liking the words. Like I love the lyrics and it was very emotional. Like
Well
deep,
said, well said.
you know.
So while I load up Sandra's song, Lindsay, what's the best way for anyone to get a hold of you? You got a website, any of your social medias? You can promote your manager, agent, record label, studio, anything.
I wish
Just,
I had all of that. It is me. I have a website, www.lindsayfarrow.com, where you'll find links to all my social media, all my videos. You get snips of all the tracks that I've released as well, including when I've done any vocal guest starring stuff. So that's all on there as well. But feel free to look me up on YouTube, Lindsay Farrow. I'm Linsings on Twitter, and I'm real_Lindsay Farrow at TikTok. That's just mainly because when I had Lindsay Farrow on TikTok, I forgot my login information. So you'll find me at real_Lindsay Farrow.
We've all done that several times, haven't we? So, Lindsay Farrow, until the next time, dear, let's get you back here. One love, you're fantastic.
Thank you.
So, coming up next, Sandra North, could you tell us your location while you introduce yourself, and I'll add it into your name, and tell us who you are as an artist and the story behind your song, You, please.
So hi everyone, my name is Sandra North. My voice is a little messed up today because I've been sick for a couple of weeks, but I'll do my best. I'm from Sweden, so born and raised in Sweden. I moved to America in 2015. I stayed for about 7 years. I'm back in Sweden currently, but I'll keep going back and forth though. So I really love it. My base was LA, and that's where I started my career. I had a huge stage fright before then, so I just, it was like boot camp for artists. I just got up on stage and never looked back, and I met people to write with, and I just took it step by step, and here I am, and it's been amazing, and I never want to do anything else. I'm
It's
from
a
a small
wonderful
town. I love the country life. I write with a lot of feelings and about my life and things like that, so country suits me really well.
The song called You, why did you write it? What's the story behind it? And it's an amazing track, amazing video. What's the story behind it before we let everyone see it here?
Thank you so much. I wrote it with my guitarist who's from Singapore. So it was kind of random. He just wrote it he didn't know that he's like, well, I just write Korean pop. I don't know how to write country, but I have this assignment for school. So he just put it together, sent it my way. And he's like, would you mind putting lyrics to this? Because it's just like an assignment, and I felt really pressured, and I did it like over the course of a couple of days, like on the bus, wherever I was at. I would just wrote it like really fast, and I felt the core was so happy, and I needed it to be a happy song, which is really hard for me to write. That's kind of the hardest, I feel, because I have way more broken hearts than happy ones. So, but I'm really happy how it turned out, and there's sort of real emotions behind it, and the video is really special to me. We shot it in Malibu, and yeah, I just love how it turned out. A lot of people like it. It's been on the radio in Sweden for 17 weeks in the top 5. So I'm very proud
Hey,
of it.
honestly, it's amazing, and I'm so proud of Kirsty, who actually got found you only in the last couple of days to come on the show here. She just came in the room, actually. Hi, Kirsty. Sandra North with the track "You Just Sit Back" in Greatness, and Itamar, you're next, so you'll get to review this one, brother. But yeah, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Sandra North with "You."
You were always in my head, just like a book I knew that I read. You came walking through my door, just like 1,000 times before. You took me by surprise, like no one's ever opened up my eyes. Now it's all so clear. Never would have known when I first saw you. Who knew that I'd adore you? Never stood a chance from that first moment. It was you. Never could have seen the love you'd given me. You made it change completely. Never any doubts, 'cause now I know that it was you, it was you. You make everything seem right, make all the shadows turn into light. You know all the little things. I love the way you play my every string. Never would have known when I first saw you. Who knew that I'd adore you? Never stood a chance from that first moment. It was you. Never could have seen the love you'd given me. You made it change completely. Never any doubts, 'cause now I know that it was you, it was you. Now it's all so clear. You were always here. Never would have known when I first saw you. Who knew that I'd adore you? Never stood a chance from that first moment. Never could have seen the love you'd given me. You made it change completely. Never any doubts, 'cause now I know that it was you. Never would have known when I first saw you. It was you. It was you. Never could have seen the love you'd given me. It was you. It was you.
Round of applause. Just I told you, it's absolutely wonderful, Sandra. Just a
Thank you
beautiful,
so much. Thank you.
honestly.
I
I
love
know
all the
every
comments. I was reading that. I'm so happy.
Do you know something? I know that everyone wants to say something, but it's going to force you all to go and do it all in the comment sections, the rapid fire shows. But while I load up Isaac Man's song, and before you tell us how to get a hold of you, Isaac Man, what was your thoughts here? Take your time. What do you think of Sandra's beautiful track there? Yeah, you're muted, so unmute yourself. There you go. Nice one.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable for first thing, and your performance there is really fun and has really good energy. The flow is great. It's really well performed. It's very tight, well produced. The overall production and the song is it's uplifting. The way you carry the song, the way you lead us through the stories. Were really well made. Just keep on going.
Thank you.
It's poppy, but also very rocking. The way with the drummer and the drum sound.
Yeah.
So it has a kind of a country flavor, but also hints of little I don't know, some Aerosmith stuff, or maybe some.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of classic pop and rock in me too, so that will probably shine through.
Yeah.
Well said, Tamar, dude. So Sandra, honestly, we're in presence of greatness here. What's the best way for us to find you, for anyone, to contact you? Have a website, any of these things?
So I would say I'm most active on my Instagram account, and feel free to shoot me a DM or follow me there. So it's SandraNorth_official, and that's where I post all my shows and stuff. I also have a website, sandranorthofficial.com, which you're more than welcome to follow, and I have events and updates there as well. I do have a YouTube channel, so please don't forget that one, because I got some cool videos up there. So yeah.
Honestly, it's a pleasure to have you here, dear, and hopefully we can bring you back here and get all your tracks in the show. Same with Lindsay, same with Raina, everyone, all the new artists here. So Sandra, until the next time, thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Pleasure. So from Sweden to Israel, Itamar, who is the Isaac Man. I'll let you introduce yourself, brother. Judges are all going to be big smiles during this track, I'll tell you. Isaac Man, who are you as an artist, and what's the story behind your song Real Boy?
So yeah, my stage name is Isaac Man because my show name is Isaac. So it's inspired by titles like Spider-Man, Superman. It's like making up sort of a character, a comic book character. Fooling around with the with the names, stage names. That's what I came about. And I'm based in Israel. I have South African and Anglo-African origins, and I have my influences are pretty much come from late 60s, the early 70s rock music, and heavily influenced by that era. The songs that I write pretty much are use imagery of that has nothing to do with my geographical location, pretty much, but they pretty much deal with the everyday life, but in a more allegorical way. It's not direct, so it's very indirect way. Sort of my self-therapy way of dealing with the reality through fantasy. And Real Boy is pretty much about that. I wrote it 2 years ago. It's a story of Pinocchio, which is super symbolical, and just came about very intuitively as a blues rock tune.
Hey, it's honestly, just sit back and just enjoy this. I swear you can't not enjoy this track. It's just brilliant. Real Boy by Isaac Man. Enjoy.
I was lost and so alone. I couldn't find my way back home. A talking cricket soon came along, and now I finally can sing my song. I am a real boy. and soon a real man. I was lost, gone to and fro, away from home, I went down low. We talking cricket, soon came along, and now I finally can sing my song. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah, I'm a real boy. I'm still a real man. I was fooled and I went astray, became an ass and soon was prey. Now everything has a price to pay, but now I finally have found my way. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah, soon a real man. Woo! Look at me now. Papa Geppetto, Papa Geppetto, Papa Geppetto. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. Papa Geppetto, Papa Geppetto, Papa Geppetto. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah, I'm still a real man. I was naive, but now I'm wise. I've got no strings, so now I rise. Say no more hiding, no more lying. My nose ain't growing, and that's a sign that I'm a real boy. Yeah, I'm a real boy. Yeah, I'm still a real man. Still a real man. Still a real
There you go. Introduction to the Isaac Man, the one and only. Welcome to my main man Darman's made it from Malaysia here. He's also getting featured in Lance's track tonight, so that's sweet. Itamar, just brilliant, dude. I know you've got new fans here already, and what a great track, man. Avo, you're up next, so would you like to review that before I load your song up here? Take a minute if you want.
Yeah. Itamar, man, like I didn't know what I was gonna expect, to be very honest. Right. So then as it like slowly progressed, I was like, man, I love this. And then when you hit that thing when you said, I'm about to turn to a real man, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I love it. I love it. It was really fun. And the lyrics were great. The vibe was amazing. I like the fact that you're also in a band, like, or whatever that setting is. It also reminds me of these artists that I used to listen to, Arcade Fire. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're a band as well. You've heard of them?
I've
Yeah.
heard of, I know the hits, but it should give more of a full album listen for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I'm not saying you're like them. It just reminds me, you're your own artist, and keep doing what you're doing, man. I would definitely like listen to that on my own time. So yeah.
Cheers, man.
Well said, Avo. Well said, dude. So, Isaac, man, just like before, what's the best way for us to get a hold of you, dude? Website or anything like this?
Well, Spotify is great because for me it's the final destination, I would say. But YouTube, yeah, I've got plenty of stuff there, stuff you can't find anywhere else. So why not? Sure.
Hey, Isaac, man, till the next time. Love you, brother. Peace. Talk about peace. Is that Avo? He goes by another name. Is that peace? But that's maybe for another day. Avo, introduce yourself, my bro, and tell us the story behind your song. Listen to the name of it. Ear Candy. Avo.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Avo. I go by Is That Avo because, like, if you're looking from a distance, you can be like, is that Avo? Like, that's kind of what I've incorporated for myself. I've been doing music for about 8 years now, finally successfully mastering my sound and getting it to where I really want it to be. I also record my own videos, I film them, and I just construct the whole thing. And this new one, Ear Candy, is a part of a bigger project called World 9. And ear candy is something that, you know, we have eye candy. So, you know, I figured we have some ear candy to listen to, something sweet, something just very spring vibes. And that's where I kind of like got this idea for the title and just for the nature of the song, the vibe of the song. So yeah, that's pretty much what this is all about.
Hey, without further ado, let's get it on because you're another great artist, a great person. Everyone needs to know you. Avo, I'm sorry, I say Avo all the time.
No,
with ear
it's all
candy.
good.
Avo, is that Avo? One love.
Symphony, this sound like ear candy. Sympathy, now they wanna feel for me. I don't need it, I ain't fiending, it's the season for make-believing. All the trees are turning green again, everlasting spring again. Now just imagine breathing in. Still gotta represent, maintaining innocence, sacrifice time not spent. I don't really have no friends in the mix, but can't blend new ideas to invent. I gotta represent, I'm living life in Zen. Symphonies, this sound like ear candy. Sympathy, now they wanna feel for me. I don't need it, I ain't fiending, it's the season for make-believing.
Link tree on my Instagram.
Is that Avo? All one word. Absolutely brilliant, dude. Fantastic. Our
Thank
next guest is going to be there's four acts left, right? There's Raina, then there's MATD, and there's HC Zico, and there's Lance and Darman who's got a duet. So just four songs. So before you tell us how to get a hold of you, bro, Raina, what was your thoughts here before I load up your track, dear?
Well, I was just listening to the song and I just feel like if I added a little violent element to that, for example, it would really pop out. So, you know, that's just my like advice. I feel like instrumental is also nice too, to put that in the mix. Just personal thoughts.
Yeah. Ava, what age are you? What age are you? You're just in your young 20s, aren't you? You're just a wee young pup still, aren't you? Evo?
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said, what age are you, Evo? You're still very young, aren't you? Like in your early 20s, 21?
Yeah, I'm 24. I just turned 24 in April. So yeah.
That's it. You're just a baby, you know, and you know, that's the thing about being in these shows. You could hook up with a rock star that would say, "Hey, can I put a rock, you know, attitude to your song?" And people are doing that all over the place in the family. So, well said, Raina. Constructive criticism, or that's not even the word, just a recommendation that you can. It would maybe hit another genre, or some songs could be turned into EDM tracks, can't they? Some can't. So. Yeah, well said, Raina. Evo, what's the best way for us all to get you? Website, any of these things?
So yeah, if you want to continue to listen to, you know, more tracks like that, I'm on all streaming platforms. I also put my link tree in there. You guys want to tap in, all my videos and all that stuff is in there. So, you know, World 9 is the most recent upload so far. It's an amazing, like 5-song track. You'll get lost in it. I promise it'll literally take you to World 9, because World 9 is a mindset, not an actual place. So when you're listening to it, that's when you go to World 9. That's the whole gist of World 9. So yeah, link tree in the message, the chat box, and yeah, that's it.
Well said, dude. Do you know, you're the only hip hop artist on the show tonight, and there was supposed to be another two. They only said they would come yesterday, so it was a maybe 50-50 whether they would come. But there was going to be a 3-section hip hop section for you today. But you're on your lonesome today. But hey, your music's brilliant, dude. And let's get you involved in the monthly 10-10 hip hop show. Yeah, for sure. You have to be a face to that. So,
Yes, sir.
is
Thanks.
that Avo? Till the next time, Avo.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. So from Chicago to New York, that's not so far away, I don't believe. Reina Hondo, what a wonderful name. And could you introduce yourself as an artist and what's the story behind your song, The Girl from Queens?
So the title was very like hard to decide because it all started out as a hip hop group that I joined in, say, way before COVID. And with the group, one of my friends made the beat, and what I did was freestyle some violin over that. And mind you, my main music genre that I do is classical music. So the other genres to me come as pretty new. I also play other instruments besides violin, such as I play piano, flute, drums. I guess name like the one woman band type vibe. And I just really thought about really sharing this one because I mean, I do have another one, but that's like more of a album really. So I really was like, I got an electric violin and just connected it to an interface. And my friend like messed around with the master, and that's how it all came about. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Or you can't not enjoy it, you know. And there's a gentleman in the family by the name of Joe Denninson, and he's the best world-class, most electric violinist I've ever seen. He plays with a bass player. I need to put you in contact with him, but that's for another time. Let's sit back and enjoy this marvelous track, The Girl from Queens by Reina Hondo. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, Spinksville, you make your beats again?
Yeah, it's the wow factor, honestly. And
Yeah.
lucky for you, there's two people in the next act, so you're going to get two reviews here. I loved it. It's absolutely wonderful. Everybody was smiling. Everybody was loving it. Lance and then Darman, what was your thoughts here while I load up your duet? And there's only three more tracks left, ladies and gentlemen.
I could listen to that. I could listen to that all day. I love violin music, and I love your rock riffs, rock blues riffs applied to violin. And I'm a fan of Jean-Luc Ponty and Stefan Grappelli, and I don't have violin in my music because my guitar synth sucks at it. but this was absolutely different. I mean, I love different. Yeah, it was very, very appealing to listen to, and beautiful playing. And it with the house beats and stuff, I would never have combined that together, but it's just the creativeness of it is immense, and the way it sounds. So good job. I loved it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Wisconsin. Now, Mr.
Yeah.
Malaysia, Darman, Didi.
Yeah, we met for the first time yesterday when she gate crashed our meeting or whatever. And we had a preview of that song, and I'll repeat some of what I said yesterday. But just to go to what Lance was saying, I write a bit of poetry, and I was thinking, how do I get poetry out there? Because people are not really interested in poetry. So I created a beat, and I done like the spoken word over a beat. So that's why I sort of recognized that when you were doing, I could see exactly what you're doing. You've got this very highly trained classical violinist. You've got this beautiful melody. People may not listen to it on its own, unfortunately, these days. So how do you sell that to a younger audience? Well, you fuse it with a beat, which is exactly what you did, and it worked beautifully. I like the harp plex on the beat as well. That worked very well. But you're very skilled, obviously classically trained, and that was just beautiful.
Well said, guys. Well said. I couldn't agree more with both what you said. Raina, what's the drill? What's the best way for anyone to get a hold of you? Drop any websites or any of these things?
I'm still on the process of making my own website, but I do have an Instagram, which I did put earlier in the chat. It is Soundses_in_life. My Spotify artist, you can just type in Raina Hondo and it'll come right up. The same thing with YouTube and all that short. Same goes with Facebook. Pretty much, yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you here, and there's only 3 tracks left, so please hang around for them. And thanks for being a marvelous guest. Till the next time, Raina Hondo, everyone.
Yeah.
Raina. Thank you. So, Lance, I've missed you. Lance Olsen over in Wisconsin. Darman's been on the show showing off some of the collaborations that you have done. Darman can say a piece by all means, but Lance, you introduced this. Who is DOD? And what's the story behind magnetic fields?
Yeah.
Who are DOD?
Well, it's De Fleuren, Olsen, and De Schmidt, and Darman De Fleuren, and Lance Olsen, and Paul De Schmidt from Milwaukee, and Darman's in Malaysia, and we started collaborating. Darman and I met on your show, and this is the power of collaborating and meeting new people from different places. You never know what's going to happen, and something very wonderful happened. And we're in an ongoing process of creating. And Darman, I discovered Darman does a lot of pop stuff, but I discovered that he does classical too. And I asked him to send me some classical pieces, and he sent me some loops, and we put this together from there with live drummer Paul De Schmidt, and and then Darman did the video on this using AI, artificial intelligence, the new tools that's starting to be commonly used, but it's in its infancy yet. But it just his vision of the story and the video with the music is so perfectly matched that it's very unique and new. And it's I'm just thrilled about this more than anything else. The video with the music and the story, and it's science fiction, and it's turning into reality. Traveling in space and all this stuff. So,
Hey, there's not been any marriages made yet because of this music family are found, but there's been a few bromances, and you can see it after the show, but that was a great introduction. Darren's going to go for it. Darren, you can see it after the song, right? But let's go and enjoy this track. The
Okay.
DOD with Magnetic Fields. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Two of my best friends. One love. Lance and Darman, one's in
All right.
The ones in Malaysia, they only just met. They've been making music.
That clap is for Lance, okay? Not me.
Oh, yeah.
This clap is for
They've been,
Lance.
Oh God.
This is people that are so unvain. Like, see, Lance can play the blues guitar like anybody, right? And Darren's got all sorts of other skills, but they're just making like first edits and just putting them out there and see what can be made. If anybody else can make anything better and stuff like that, or even if 30 seconds of a song's good or nice, it can be used and made better, isn't it? So don't think that every song that comes on this show's the finished article. Isn't it not? Some people are on their mobile phones in the bedroom just singing. Some people have spent $10,000 on it in a studio. So sorry, Lance, on you go. Our next guest is Marcos, who I was wanting to review. Marcos, what's your thoughts there before we go back to Lance? Marcos?
This is very interesting. This is some kind of modern progressive music. And this requires a lot of listening because there is happening so many things, and we need music that it's not too easy. That there's something that you have to concentrate that you find out what is behind all behind this song.
Well said, brother. And we'll get to your song in a minute, which is an absolute wild song again. The title is just hilarious. But before you say Lance, actually, Darren, would you like to say anything to Lance about Lance before we get back to Lance, and he can tell us how you get a hold of him? Because you're not really the guest tonight. You just gate crashed the party today, Darren.
I gate crashed. I did.
You gate crashed this one.
I did get an invite, but I still gate crashed us.
But yeah, you were getting anyway. But yeah, it was Lance. So Darren, what's your thoughts on Lance? And then Lance, how do we find you, etc.
All right, just like to say about Lance, as he said, I met on one of the shows or whatever, and I think I was talking about the fact that I'm more of a producer than a singer-songwriter these days or whatever. Like I don't go out and do live stuff or whatever. I produce my own tracks, and I said I do one about a song a week, and Lance chirped up when he was reviewing my song, this is something that speaks to me or whatever. We went off to have a bit of a chat and found that we had common ground. So he said, oh, I'll send you something. I like your 80s type of synth type of things. And he sent me like this wild space jazz type of thing. And to be honest, I had little confidence in adding to it. I give it a go. He was very encouraging. And since then, I've gained more confidence, and the relationship has really blossomed, and we've got an official band name now. And I just like to thank Lance for bringing me along, because both Paul and Lance are superb musicians, whatever, like, and it's taken me in directions, both visually. He's given me so these musical landscapes that's really inspired me in how to tell a story visually as well, or whatever. So and I just find that really cool, or whatever, like. So yeah, thank you, Lance, for taking me on a different journey than I otherwise would have taken if I hadn't been on Sparky's show. And I got a spark, thanks Sparky as the host as well. If it wasn't for him having these types of things, I wouldn't have met Lance. And I've fallen in love with MATD's music as well. I've heard a couple of his songs. I think he's really talented. He's getting these guest songs on his shows that I absolutely love. And we started to follow each other on Facebook, dropping comments and liking. And I think this what everybody here now can do is basically get together, network with each other, and we can grow it, and bring people's attention to our music by supporting each other.
It's happening, dude, and I'm just getting started. I'm now doing a show every day. As you know, it's anywhere between 10 and 15 artists every day. 5 original family members and 10 new people on every show every day. And it's not so hard to actually do that. And it does a lot of goodness for people. Well said, Darren. But Lance, how does everyone find you? There's another 2 more acts. We've got MATD in France. We've got HC in Hong Kong. How does everyone find you, and have a comment or reply to anyone?
Okay, yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube. And I wanted to say, Darren, feelings mutual on this, and the networking thing is. I can't stress enough. It's an example of what can be done. Or the video we just did. We've got 4 of them now that we've done. You can find those on YouTube. And Darman, check out Darman's YouTube site as well. He's got a lot of cool stuff on there. So hit that up too. And I plan on I'm writing all you guys' names down there on the show today, and I will be contacting you through Instagram or on YouTube and commenting, because I like everything everybody's done. Darman turned me on to one thing a while back. He said, you can have more than one version of a song, just title it, version 1, version 2, and I think as artists we shouldn't be locked into, this is it, the finality of it, but maybe just say, well, this is this version of it, and then we move on and we add somebody else to it, or that kind of thing. So I just wanted to comment on that. But
honestly, well said, Lance. If you've got a good song, why not let the blues guys do something with it? Why don't you let the EDM people do? How not? Why not?
Exactly.
They'll give you royalties, and well said, everyone.
Yeah.
Darman, but Lance, you're the guest today. Love you to bits. Until the next time.
Yeah.
DOD.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Thank you
So
much.
from the DOD in Wisconsin and Malaysia to the MATD over in Finland, represented by Marcos. Introduce yourself, brother. And what's the story behind your song, Who the Funk is Alice? I'm not going to say the C word, but it's the bad word, ladies and gentlemen. But it's before the watershed. So who are MATD, Marcos?
Actually, we were a band called Max and the Ducks, but we shortened it 2020 to MATD.
And who's Hannah Muftik as well?
She's singer from Los Angeles, and our singers are normally not us, me and Veli, who are the original members of Max and the Ducks, but we work with musicians all over the world. And this special song, Who the F is Alice, if I can't say the F word, this is dedicated to Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, and this is based on Alice in Wonderland story. We like stories and pop art and so on, and we write this. And this is very interesting because we had also some chart success, and this is our only number one song in Finland. It was download chart number 1, and we dropped out Taylor Swift out of the number 1 spot, and it was our moment. But,
wow.
But it was 2015 when this was made, and we recorded this with a singer from Los Angeles, and this version is newer, and we wanted to change the mood. The original one was rockier, and this is softer version of the Who the Fuck is Alice.
Hey, well said. What a great introduction. Do you know, the man's very funny. His videos are great. He's in the radio world as well. So he can help you get your songs out there. So without any further ado, MATD with Who the Fuck is Alice. There you go. I had to say it just once. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Find secret hole in the woods, hole bound, take me underground, secrets of the world is unbound. Death and me, a passion fantasy, run with me in the mushroom we will be. A caterpillar smokes, a rabbit grows, beware the queen of hearts, return ticket not allowed, the fairy tale will start. Can I be your Alice in Wonderland? Mad hat to save you if we can. A smile but no cat, leave your palace, be a man. But who the fuck is Alice? Of hearts rules once your head, try to save your lovely neck. Twins grin, be your saving dreams. I'm your rabbit king, and all the crew wake me up. Slavery you got, ticket, not allowed. A fairy tale will start. Can I be your Alice in Wonderland? Mad hat to save you if we can. A smile but no cat. Leave your palace. Be a man, but who the fuck is Alice? Not allowed. Fairy tale will start. Can I be your Alice in Wonderland? Mad hat to save you if we can. A smile but no cat. Leave your palace. Be a man, but who the fuck is Alice?
Absolutely brilliant. You know, MATD, my friend Marcos, valued family member here. Love you to bits, brother. So Zico, you're the next guest, brother. So what was your thoughts on Marcos while I load up your track, dude?
I love the lyrics actually, and it's really changed my mind about the Alice in the World from these songs. Another version, multiverse. Yeah, and in the middle of the song is quite the chorus part sounds like a Bon Jovi song. I think it's my life, but I love this version because I don't want to listen to the cover of It's My Life, but you make a new version of this kind of melody in the chorus, which I love it. Yeah.
Well said, Zico, man. I love to hear your voice as well. Marcos, how does everyone get a hold of you? Before we get to Zico, and if no one else shows up, Zico's the final guest of the evening. So how do we find you, bro, Marcos?
You can easily find us from Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and we are of course internet matd.band. It's the easiest way to find us.
Honestly, pleasure, man. Thank you. Till the next time. Marcos is going to try and make most Wednesday shows. This will usually be a 15 artist show. I only decided at the weekend I'm going to do a show every day of the week. I just keep trying to up my game. But yeah, we're going to be doing this. The shows will be bigger. But Marcos will be a regular here. So coming up, the 8th artist of tonight, and I'm very sad because it's called the 1010 podcast. We always have 10 artists at least on it, but we've only got 8. Well, we've got Darman 9. So not so bad. Zico, introduce yourself. HZ Hertz, or how do you say the name as an artist? And what's your story behind the song Pre-World War III?
So first, thank you, Sparky, to having me tonight. That because this is the first time I do this kind of international broadcast show. And yeah, actually my name is Zico, and the HC actually is the Hertz, the sound units. The frequency of sound units. Yeah. And I'm a vocal songwriter and guitarist in this band. And I just formed this band during the pandemic because there's plenty of time to do other things. So I formed the band with my drummer. We just have 2 members for now. And we just released the debut album last month. Yeah. And the song we're going to show you is the one of the song, and the theme of the album is called Multiverse of Life, which has 12 songs in this album. So different songs represent different dimension and multiverse. So the song we're going to show is called World War III, which is one of the dimension. And why I wrote this song, because is something happened in this world, you know, not just this few years ago. I think it's decades. The world seems getting intensive. It's just in my feeling, and
Right,
so
it is.
I inspired the song from what's just happened, and I wrote this song. So there are many elements in this song, so you can hear it.
Well, without further ado, let's get this wonderful track on. Hertz by Hertz with World War III, rather. I'm sorry. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love. Zico, it hurts. Let's hope that World War III doesn't happen. And you didn't write that song for no reason. There's dangers all over the place. Russia and America could start nuclear war at any time. Taiwan, there's going to be big problems over mainland China, and you know what's happened in Hong Kong recently as well. You know, there's just the probably in our lifetimes, don't want to scare us all. There probably will be a world war, and the last thing you'll see is a big blue flash. Some people ignore it. Some people don't think about it. Some people do know about it, and they write songs about it. So, before you tell us how to get you, Zico, Hertz rather, Darman de Flern, also in Asia here, Malaysia. What was your thoughts there? Because the music reminded me of stuff that you would do, and I would like to bring you on the heavy metal show that I do, Zico. You know, I think you'd be a good fit on that. So, Darman, what was your thoughts here before we ask Hertz how we get a hold of him?
Yeah, thank you. Just like to say that you're doing like a bit of like the genre bending thing, but instead of just fusing two together, you're actually doing a progressive type of genre building that I've done at times or whatever. And at the beginning, it was almost like a Western type of sound to me or whatever. Then you get into your, which was brilliant as well. I just loved your pacing, that slow pacing, just to introduce something because that's the piece. The intro is the piece, and your song is the war. Basically, it's very musically, it's thematically what representing what you're singing about or whatever. I love the crunchy guitars. I don't think it was a zither. Was it the bowed Chinese instrument? I can't remember what the bowed Chinese instrument is called.
I don't translate. It's Eru.
Right.
Two string like a violin sound. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always been into martial arts because my father was a black belt second Dan. So I started taking an interest in Eastern culture. So I followed like the then I got into like the Japanese animation, the Hong Kong action ones. I knew about Jackie Chan and Jet Li way before that they were introduced to the West, because I actively followed or whatever I can. And then you get into the music, because the music is in the animation. It's in the Jackie Chan sings on some of his tracks and everything. Like, so I definitely I could see that in an anime film. Great. And I just love the way that you're shifting through thing and you flow on the rap and you're singing, and the female vocals again were excellent. I absolutely loved this. Great song. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Well said, brother. Do you know it's not called a diverse show for nothing? Think of all the genres that you've sat and listened to tonight, and it's only an 8-guest show. So we've done over 20 guests in a show sometimes, and you know, with usual break is up to the 850 guests I've had on the show after today. So in the last 12 months. So let's keep it up. Let's get you all on your own genre dominant shows with the other artists from them genres. Darman's the one that's going to be chasing up all the members and asking you, like, what all genres do you have songs in and stuff like that. So when Darman de Flern gets in contact with you, don't ignore him, ladies and gentlemen. So Hertz, how do we get a hold of you, dude? What's your website or the best way to get you? Because H.Z, very hard to find. So how do we find you, bro?
Yeah, I actually would just want to focus on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah. So my name, the band name of the Instagram is Hertz_HKG. HKG means Hong Kong in the short term. And in Twitter, it's just Hong Kong Hertz. Yeah. But I actually building up the YouTube channel, but I still figure out some problem that I will announce later in the IG.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make sure, see in my articles now, if I'm your friend on Facebook, I actually I embed your profile, your Facebook page, your Spotify profile, and not usually Instagram unless I have to. But you're also your YouTube video that we featured tonight, all in the article. I'll give you it all tomorrow. You can look on a phone, it's okay, but look on the laptop at the articles I send you tomorrow, and you can all follow each other. You don't even need to try. Well, who was the people? I'll put it in a plate. Actually, I'll
Thank
have
you.
it done by today. So
Thank you.
pleasure, man. I'll make sure everyone's got your Instagram. What a great show, everyone. I'm going to end it now. I'm going to stop the YouTube live, which I'll just say good.